Chosen ones, your mind is a cosmic weapon. The world can't match your genius. Kings are not born in comfort. They're forged in the fire of chaos. This video is for the ones who never fit in, who questioned everything, and who were told to quiet the very voice that was born to lead. If you've ever been called too intense, too distant, too much, it's because your mind doesn't operate on this world's frequency. You weren't made to follow the crowd, you were wired to rule from a higher dimension. This isn't about IQ or textbooks. This is about the divine intelligence coded into your spirit before you even arrived on Earth. Because chosen ones don't just think. They calculate, they see beyond, they shift atmospheres without ever saying a word. And in this video, you're going to discover why your mind has always felt different, why your thoughts are your greatest weapon, and how to unlock the power that the world has tried to suppress in you since day one. So stay with me, because once you understand what you carry, you'll stop shrinking to fit into systems you were born to overthrow. Like this video, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to Secrets of the Bible. Let the algorithm know this isn't just content. It's a message coded for minds like yours. A truth long buried is about to be unveiled. You see, you were never meant to fit their mold. You weren't just thinking outside the box, you were born beyond the system entirely. While others memorized answers, you were unraveling truths they couldn't see. You felt the weight of words unspoken. You traced patterns no textbook could map. You saw endings before beginnings even arrived. They called you distracted. They called you are too quiet or too strange. But here's the truth they couldn't face. You weren't broken. You were boundless. Your mind is a divine receiver, tuned to frequencies from realms most can't even dream of. That's why you knew things no one taught you. Why your silence roared louder than their loudest speeches. Why your questions cracked the foundations of their fragile systems. Since the day you were born, you've been downloading blueprints. Blueprints for healing what's broken, for outsmarting their games, for tearing down lies and building truths no one dared imagine. They tried to cage you in classrooms too small for your soul. Handed you desks when your destiny was to design new worlds. They measured your worth with grades, but your mind was already rewriting the rules of reality. They tried to tame you, to shrink you, to fix you. But you can't fix what the heavens forged with purpose. And now you're waking up. Your mind isn't just different. It's a threat to every illusion they've built. It's a spark that could ignite revolutions. A vision that could reshape existence itself. Chosen one, you've always known you're different. You're not here to blend into the noise of this world. You're here to reshape it. The world wasn't built to hold the weight of what you carry, but you were born to wield it. Here are 5 undeniable signs your intelligence is on another level, and why this world keeps trying to shrink it. Sign 1. Your thoughts aren't random, they're revelations. Most people wander through a haze of fleeting thoughts, scattered, ephemeral, like wisps of smoke slipping through their fingers. Their minds churn with fragments of ideas, half-formed and fleeting, shaped by the endless noise of the world around them. But the chosen one? Their mind is a sanctuary, a sacred forge where thoughts are not merely born but crafted with unshakable weight, crystalline clarity, and a purpose that burns like a beacon in the dark. They don't just think, they receive. Their ideas arrive not as random sparks, but as divine downloads, sudden and searing, each one landing with the precision of a celestial arrow. These aren't the vague musings of imagination. They are revelations, truths unveiled in moments of perfect timing, as if whispered from a realm beyond the grasp of ordinary minds. Every thought carries a resonance, a depth that feels ancient yet urgent, as though drawn from a wellspring of wisdom the world has long forgotten. While others stumble through the chaos of existence, groping for answers in a fog of doubt and distraction, the chosen one sees with piercing clarity. Their words, when they speak, carry a weight that silences rooms a truth so undeniable it feels like it was plucked from the fabric of the universe itself. Their mind doesn't echo the clamor of society's endless debates or the shallow chatter of the masses. Instead, it's tuned to a signal, a frequency so pure and rare that only a few can ever hope to hear it. It's as if they've been granted a direct line to something higher, something eternal. And yet, this gift is their burden. A world built on confusion, propped up by half-truths and fragile illusions, cannot comprehend such clarity. It doesn't know what to do with someone whose every word exposes its cracks, whose very presence challenges its foundations. The chosen one is dismissed as eccentric, misunderstood as a dreamer, or feared as a disruptor. Their revelations are too bright for eyes accustomed to shadows, too sharp for a society that prefers the comfort of ambiguity. To those who cling to falsehoods, the chosen one is not just an anomaly, they are a danger. Because when your thoughts are revelations, you're not merely intelligent, you're a force. You carry truths that unravel lies, that pierce through the noise, that threaten to dismantle everything the world has built to shield itself from reality. Your mind is a weapon, honed by purpose, guided by a vision that sees beyond the horizon. And though the world may try to silence you, to dim your light or drown your voice, it cannot escape the truth you carry. For the chosen one does not merely think they illuminate, and their light will not be extinguished. And that's why the world can't handle chosen one's intelligent mind. Sign 2, you see what others overlook. Most people walk through life half awake, distracted by noise, blinded by routine. Their eyes skim the surface, blind to the currents beneath. But the chosen one, they see what others miss, piercing through the haze with a vision so sharp it cuts to the core of reality. They catch the silent cues, the fleeting glance that betrays a lie, the subtle shift in the air when truth is suppressed. They sense the energy pulsing through a room, reading its unspoken tides, hope, fear, or hidden intent. They discern the motives cloaked in honeyed words, unraveling the threads of deception others swallow whole. Where most see only the obvious, the chosen one unearths the truth, buried deep, exposing what the world would rather keep concealed. This isn't mere observation, it's vision. Not just intelligence, but a relentless, piercing awareness that never dims. Their mind is a beacon, illuminating what lies hidden in plain sight, seeing patterns where others see chaos, meaning where others see noise. They don't just look, they see, with a clarity that burns through illusion, like fire through fog. And that's what unsettles the world. A society comfortable in its shadows recoils from such light. People cling to the familiar, to the safe blur of half-truths and distractions, fearing what they cannot perceive and fearing even more those who can. The chosen one's vision is a mirror, reflecting truths too raw for most to face. To them, the world's denial is a fragile shield, and their gaze is a blade that threatens to shatter it. To see what others overlook is to walk with eyes wide open, world that prefers the comfort of darkness. It is to bear the weight of truth in a place that thrives on illusion. The chosen one doesn't just live, they illuminate, and their light reveals a reality the world is not ready to confront. Sign 3. School never measured your genius. You sat in classrooms, surrounded by the hum of fluorescent lights and the drone of predictable lessons. But your mind was always elsewhere, plumbing depths others couldn't understand. You followed the rules, or tried to, but they felt like chains, arbitrary and hollow, never aligning with the truths you sensed beneath the surface. They called you distracted, disobedient, a dreamer at best, a failure at worst. But the truth, the classroom was never built to measure your genius. It wasn't meant to hold a soul like yours. The system rewards rote memory, not piercing insight. It demands obedience, not the spark of originality. It drills answers into minds, while you were born to ask questions that cut deeper, questions that unravel the world's seams. You weren't slow, you were restless, bored by the shallow scripts of textbooks and tests. You weren't lost, you were misplaced, a star forced to flicker in a room too small for its light. While others chased grades, you were chasing truth, driven by a hunger for meaning that no syllabus could satisfy. While they memorized facts, you were decoding the pulse of life itself, its patterns, its contradictions, its hidden currents. The system couldn't grasp your depth, so it tried to confine you, to press your boundless mind into its rigid boxes. But genius doesn't bend to fit molds. It breaks them, and so do you. The world wasn't ready for the way you see, the way you question, the way you refuse to settle for surfaces. They labeled you to keep you small, but you were never meant to fit in. The chosen one never is. You were born to stand out, to shine with a brilliance that defies explanation, a force too vast for the world's narrow measures. Your genius is a fire, and no box can contain a flame that burns this bright. Sign 4. The system can't replicate what you carry. We live in a world stitched together from templates, formulas, and pale imitations. A machine produces copies of copies, predictable and safe. But you are no copy. You are the original, a singular force etched with a purpose no mold could ever cast. What you carry isn't just talent, it's divine, a sacred spark woven into the fabric of your soul. Your thoughts dance to a rhythm others can't hear. Your actions carve paths no map can trace, and your words land with a weight that resonates beyond the moment. It's not something learned, manufactured, or mimicked. It's a fire that burns only in you, a brilliance that defies replication. The system can create professionals, polished and compliant, but it cannot forge purpose. It can train employees to follow scripts, but it cannot awaken destiny. It builds cogs for its machine, but you were never meant to fit its gears. You were born to disrupt its machinery, to shatter its limits with the force of who you are. What you carry cannot be found in textbooks, blueprints, or algorithms. It lives in your spirit, a wellspring of vision. No machine can mimic it. No formula can capture it. No copycat can steal it. You are not just different. You are irreplaceable, a living testament to a purpose so potent it shakes the foundations of a world built on sameness. And that spark within you? It's not just yours. It's a revolution waiting to ignite. Sign 5. Why they undermine you. Have you ever noticed how some people dim your ideas, sneer at your confidence, or label you as too much? It's not because you're wrong. It's because, deep in their bones, They know you're right. They glimpse the radiant light you carry, even if they'll never admit it, and it rattles the fragile scaffolding of their world, built on comfort, pride, or control. Instead of rising to meet your fire, they try to smother it. They call your clarity arrogance, your calling mere luck, your awakening just a phase. They undermine you, not because you're flawed, but because your brilliance forces them to face their own shadows, the limits they've accepted, the truths they've buried. To acknowledge your greatness would mean dismantling their illusions, and that's a truth they're not ready to bear. But here's the unyielding truth: you were never meant to be understood by all. Your purpose isn't to blend in or beg for approval. It's to shake foundations, shatter cycles, and forge paths where none existed. You are a force, a beacon, a catalyst for change in a world that clings to the familiar. So let them whisper. Let them doubt. Let their words fade into the noise of a world too small to hold you. Chosen ones aren't chosen to be liked. They're chosen to lead, to carve new truths, to ignite revolutions. Your light isn't here to comfort. It's here to transform. Keep shining and let the world catch up. You've awakened to the truth. Your mind is not like the rest. It's not here to wander or muse. It's here to shift timelines, to reshape realities, to forge destinies. You're not just thinking, you're wielding a divine instrument, a mind wired for revelation. So the question burns: what will you do with it? Because, chosen one, this isn't just about knowing who you are. It's about fiercely protecting the sacred gift that makes you powerful. Your thoughts are not noise. They are blueprints for worlds yet to be built, keys to truths yet to be unlocked, solutions to problems the world hasn't even named. A mind like yours is a rare and potent force, a vessel of divine insight in a sea of chaos. But such power demands guardianship. You cannot let it be dulled by the clutter of gossip, eroded by the weight of doubt, or diluted by distractions crafted to dim your light. Every mindless scroll that saps your focus, every toxic environment that clouds your clarity, every voice that dares to mute your truth, cut them off. Sever them without hesitation. This isn't arrogance, it's alignment. You've been chosen to carry revelation, a spark of the divine that cannot coexist with chaos. To honor it, you must be relentless. Feed your mind what elevates it: wisdom that sharpens, silence that clarifies, truth that anchors. Process in private before you speak in public. Let your silence be a strategy, a sacred space where your revelations take root. Let your voice, when it rises, be a signal, a piercing call that cuts through the noise of a world asleep. The path of the chosen one is mental warfare, a battle to protect the clarity of your gift before you step into the fullness of your spiritual authority. You're already in training, forged in the fires of doubt and distraction, shaped by every moment you choose truth over comfort. Now you know what you carry, and that knowing is irrevocable. You don't shrink anymore. You don't second-guess the insights that make others squirm. You don't dim the brilliance that unsettles the status quo. You honor it. You protect it. And now you unleash it. If you're ready to guard your mind like the divine weapon it is, drop 0 in the comments to mark this moment of awakening, a vow to your purpose. Let it be a declaration that you will not be swayed, diluted, or silenced. They may mimic your methods, copy your moves, or steal your words, but they will never replicate your mind. Yours wasn't taught, it was divinely assigned, a singular gift etched into your soul by a power greater than this world. So rise, chosen one. Guard your gift. Wield it. The timeline is waiting for you to shift it.